Royal baby name odds and title predictions for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's first child. Last year was one of the most eventful for the royal family, with the wedding of Prince Harry to Meghan Markle, Princess Eugenie to Jack Brooksbank, and the birth of Prince Louis. And while 2019 won't be as jam-packed for the Windsors, there's a whole new reason to celebrate on the horizon: the birth of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's first child this spring. As royal watchers in the UK and abroad wait for the latest arrival, speculation is mounting as to what he or she could be called, and whether the Queen will allow the child to become a prince or princess. Latest predictions on what the royal baby will be called. The Duke and Duchess may decide to go with a traditional name like Alice, Mary, Elizabeth or Victoria for a girl, or Philip, Frederick, Charles, Arthur, Edward or James for a boy. However, the pair are forward-thinking royals and may decide to surprise everyone when naming their first child. Canadian-born Autumn Phillips, and husband Peter Phillips, opted for a non-traditional name for their daughter Savannah, the Queen's first great-grandchild, in 2010. The Duchess may also seek inspiration from her friends. Her confidant and stylist Jessica Mulroney has twin boys Brian and John, and a daughter Isabel Veronica, who is known as Ivy, who were page boys and bridesmaid at the royal wedding. In the US, the most popular name for a baby girl is Emma and Liam for a baby boy. In the UK, the most popular name for a girl born in 2017 was Olivia, and for a boy Oliver. Harry and Meghan's child, who will be seventh in line to the throne, is extremely unlikely ever to be king or queen, meaning the couple have more freedom with their choices. In comparison, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge chose to give their children traditional names, picking George for their firstborn, who is likely to one day be king. One option, considered a favorite for a girl, is Diana, in honor of Harry's mother. William and Kate paid tribute to Diana, Princess of Wales in 2015 by choosing it as one of Charlotte's middle names. Prince Harry was just 12 when the Princess Diana was killed in a car crash in Paris in 1997. Meghan's mother, to whom she is close, is called Doria, and the ex-Suits star may want to pay tribute to her as well. What are the royal baby name odds? These odds from William Hill were last updated on April 16, 2019. Girls' names: Diana 4-1, Victoria 9-1, Alice 12-1, Grace 12-1, Isabella 12-1, Elizabeth 14-1, Alexandra 21, Harriet 21, April 25/1, Catherine 25-1. Boys' names: Arthur 16-1, James 16-1, Edward 25-1, Albert 33-1, Alexander 33-1, Christopher 33-1, Daniel 33-1, Philip 33-1, Henry 33-1, Joseph 41. What title will the royal baby have, and why the baby won't necessarily be a prince or princess? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex's baby will not be a prince or a princess unless the Queen steps in. King George V, Harry's great-great-grandfather, limited titles within the royal family in 1917. If the child is a boy, he could instead become Earl of Dumbarton, one of the subsidiary titles the prince received from the Queen on the morning of his wedding. The eldest son and heir apparent of a duke can use one of his father's lesser-grade peerage titles by courtesy, according to Debrets. A daughter could be Lady, first name, Mountbatten-Windsor, and any subsequent son's Lord, first name, Mountbatten-Windsor. The first Earl of Dumbarton, George Douglas, was a Scottish nobleman and soldier. He was badly injured in a duel with the Duc de Normandie in 1669 and papers reported him dead due to the severity of his injuries. History behind the favorite baby names. The nation has put its money on the baby being called Diana, presumably after Prince Harry and William's mother. While Diana Spencer was the only member of the royal family with that name, the moniker has regal connotations. In Roman mythology, Diana was the goddess of hunting and chastity, and daughter of Jupiter, king of the gods. Victoria, the second favorite name, has a more clear royal history. The most iconic royal who springs to mind is, of course, Queen Victoria, although, as fans of the ITV show will know, this was not her real name. She was born Alexandria Victoria, but changed her name when she became queen. If the baby is a boy, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex may call him Arthur, a name with a similarly impressive heritage. The most recent royal Arthur was Queen Victoria's son, Prince Arthur, Duke of Connaught and Strathearn. Before him, there was Henry VIII's younger brother, Arthur, who tragically died at the age of just 15. The most famous Arthur, of course, is the one we aren't sure existed, romantic hero King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. Edward and James have been popular names for kings in the past, but Philip is more of a rogue contender. The first royal Philip was James VII's brother-in-law Prince Philippe I, Duke of Orleans. Since then, there has not been another royal Philip, until Queen Elizabeth II's husband, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Naming their child Philip may be a way for the Duke of Sussex to pay tribute to his grandfather.